Hi everyone, we're back and I'd like to introduce my second guest, Ms. Halelly Azulay. And Halelly is the President-elect of the DC Metro chapter of ASTD. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming to Mentor Forward today.
Thank you for having me, Sheila.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to ask you some of the same questions that I asked Shirley Buchanan of PMI. And again, to our viewing audiences, I wanted to introduce you to a couple of professional organizations just so you'll become familiar with the benefits that they offer, what they provide, and then you can make an educated decision as to whether it's a good fit for you or not. And again, it doesn't have to be these two organizations, but it will give you an idea as to whether you should belong to an organization such as these. And one of the things before we even start, and before I start asking you questions, because something I forgot to mention is that it's really important to note, as you're making your decision, do you want to join organizations where your prospects are, or do you want to join organizations that are within your own profession? And those are really going to be where your competition is. But I'm going to address that at the very end after I ask Halelly some questions. So my first question to you, Halelly, is tell us what ASTD stands for and what is its mission.
Okay. Sheila, ASTD is the American Society for Training and Development. They don't really like to be known as American Society because they're international now. So they just go by the letters ASTD. But it is the organization, the largest association in the world that's dedicated to workplace learning and performance professionals.
Oh, and how many members?
ASTD internationally
Yes.
has about 43,500 members.
Oh, very large.
Yes.
How many chapters?
There are close to 140 chapters in the U.S. and 25 global networks.
That's amazing. And do you do a lot of functions overseas as well?
The global networks are active overseas. The organization is based here in Alexandria, Virginia, so most of the work is done in the United States, but it is really growing internationally.
Okay, so who are the professionals that would be attracted to become members of ASTD?
ASTD attracts people from all different kinds of organizations. There are thousands of organizations represented in ASTD. And so these are people from small companies to large conglomerates, from government, nonprofits, NGOs, and even independent consultants and suppliers. But the one thing that unifies all of those people is that they work in the industry of workplace learning and performance. So they are people like instructional designers, trainers, organization development consultants, people who evaluate learning and improve human performance, people who have those things in common and join ASTD.
So really it's like a horizontal market.
Yes.
In a sense,
Very
because
much.
it's all of the vertical markets, but in this niche group of training and development.
That's right.
Correct?
That's right.
And what do you all do for your members? What are some of the activities or benefits of membership of ASTD?
There are so many benefits to
Okay.
membership. I represent the local chapter and I belong to the international organization as well, and there are different benefits to each, I would say.
Tell us both.
The main benefits to the international membership is, first of all, there is a fantastic magazine called T&D, short for Training and Development, that has all the latest developments in the field and also foundational information. This is one of the best ways to develop your professional knowledge of the field, and also to see who is who are some of the up-and-coming theorists and practitioners in the field. There are benefits such as career development opportunities, lots of other professional development opportunities such as certification programs, professional development conferences, workshops, and then in the local level there are monthly chapter events that have a speaker presentation and also networking opportunities. There are special interest groups that focus in either on an industry or an application within the field. And there are really so many other benefits, newsletters that we have locally that are only for members, job opportunities, consultant referrals, really a lot of benefits.
Okay, now you own your own little business.
Yes.
And it's in the training and development field,
It's true.
which is probably what prompted you to join this vertical market, this association,
Yeah.
which is really comprised of your competitors. That's what I was trying to make that point. Have you gotten business from ASTD? and how?
That's a great question. It's one of the things that I struggled with a lot, actually. I can just also say that I started my business after getting involved in the organization, and one of the things that has helped me do that and grow my business is my involvement in ASTD. But to say that I do work with my peers, and some people have, I think, a narrow application of looking at it as I'm working with my competition. But I have gotten business as a result of my association.
How? And give us an example of how you've done that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Basically, networking. I have increased the number of contacts that I have. I've increased the types of contacts that I have. And there are a lot of people that work in the field that might specialize in something different than I. And their clients ask them for a referral for something that they don't really specialize in. Well, the last thing they want to do is blow that client contact by giving them someone who they don't think is of good quality.
Right.
So they're very happy to meet people and to get to know what their character is like through these association networking events and programs, so that they can feel really very secure in making that kind of a recommendation. So that's one example. Another example is because a lot of times when people are looking for a professional in this field, they go to the association when they're searching. You know, they might go on online to make a search, and they look for training Washington, D.C., and our association pops up as one of the first kinds of contacts. So they come to us looking for business, for providers of business very much like myself. So they find me that way.
Oh, that is wonderful.
It really has worked very well.
All right, what got you involved with ASTD, and what made you decide, because now you're president-elect, so you must have worked very hard as a volunteer. What made you feel so passionately about this organization that you dedicated so much time to it?